All right. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello. I'm trying to work all this stuff and figure it out. So y'all forgive me. My God. Yes. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing on this beautiful Wednesday? On this beautiful Wednesday. I'm sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. What's up, everybody? Oh, that's my thing. How y'all doing? Oh, let me turn it down. Okay. Okay. I'm ready. All right, what's going on, y'all? I was trying to share it on my other phone and do all this, do all that. Y'all see these two black screens on here? That's Tamika and Kendra on here, and they
Yes,
come
yes.
join us. Yeah, they come tonight. We're gonna talk about this trust issue. Oh, okay, I got her in here. All right, I'm all over the place. Let me get my life together. Amen. Amen. All right, y'all. Let's get straight into it. Ain't no need to hold the situation up or none of that. Somebody had put in our group chat that they wanted to talk about trust issues. No, admitting that you have trust issues. Let me get that correct.
Yes, yes.
Admitting that you have trust issues. Which I think is a I think it's a good topic to speak on because I think a lot of times we have hard times admitting certain things. You get what I'm saying to you? And I think admitting that you have a trust issue is that's a big step to admit that you don't trust. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go around and try to get you ladies' opinion on. I guess the first question I will want to ask y'all is, how do you know that there is a trust issue there? So I
So
guess
I guess
teach you want to
you
go
want to go
first.
first.
I can go
I can
first.
go
It
first. It's
sound like I'm echoing. Okay. Can y'all hear me? I can't hear y'all though. But yeah, I think it's when you second guess yourself all the time. It's an issue somewhere. Either you got a trust issue or it's an issue there.
Okay. Okay. Kendra, what's your take on how do you know you got trust issues?
Oh my goodness. I question everything.
Mm.
You know how you can be when you know something is good, you can relax. I
Okay.
battle with that.
Okay.
I be on toes. I be on my toes because of my experiences and you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So my wall is like always up.
Okay. From past experiences.
Yeah. Yeah, my past experiences did that.
Okay.
But I'm grateful because what they old saying, oh, times heals wounds, and when time heals old wounds and stuff like that, I feel like I'm in that place right now. Like I'm learning to press past it though. Understand that everybody ain't out to get a sister.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tamika, what's how do you how do you know that you got trust issues? What would help you define trust issue?
I know I have trust issues because it's within myself. It's a feeling that I get like I get shaky, I get nervous. I start like feeling like my spirit not settled. It's like a nervous feeling that I get, when I feel I can't trust somebody or if I'm having a trusting issue. And when I have that feeling, 10 out of 10, I'm always right. Um, and once I find out the truth that caused me to have that trust issue, that fear, that anxiousness, the butterflies in my stomach, that scaredness, but still want to love portion goes away. And it's like, oh, okay, I can put my sport coat back on and go ahead about my business because it was what I said it was, you know. But I have to. I'm still in the process of learning each individual letter of what trust means. Because you had to combine 5 different words in order to build the word trust.
Yeah.
And if you're not in a mind frame to where you understand each one of those words that you choose to build that word trust, you're never going to have trust with self to be able to trust anyone else.
That's true.
So that's how, you know, that's what trust is to me.
But let me ask y'all this. I think a lot of times that we move, I would say us moving out of fear can cause trust issues. Like fear plays a big part of trust.
Yeah. I believe fear do to have a big thing to do with trust. You be afraid that hurt, you get hurt again, get let down again. You know what I'm saying? That's a horrible feeling.
Yeah.
That's a horrible feeling.
Yeah, I truly feel like fear plays a big part in being able to trust, you know, like you said, fear of being hurt, all of that. I think, like Penny was saying, though, a lot, I believe it's a lot of components that plays with the issue of trust, hurt, fear, you know what I'm saying? Like all those things come in. All those things. I think um also being afraid to kind of share yourself with someone else, you know what I'm saying? Opening up to other people.
Mhm.
You got to be willing to open up to people and be willing to let someone else explore you. You get what I'm saying too? I think my trust is not so much with other people. I think I got a trust issue with myself. Have you ever felt like you just don't
Mm.
trust yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, I get that all the time, cuz.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like you
You be
just,
like, oh, I gotta pray first. I gotta pray. Let me pray.
yeah. Cause you don't know what move you gonna make or which way you going to really don't know what direction you moving in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know that trust kind of it kind of hit home with me because I'm like, damn, trust. I mean, it ain't so much as the other person. I think it's more to deal. It has to deal with self. What you battling and dealing with yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like the big issue. Penny, have you ever had a problem with trusting yourself? Can she hear us?
I have a problem every day with trusting myself.
Okay.
I suffer with that every day. That's a struggle for me every day because I allow myself to trust the wrong things for so long. It caused a lot of doubt in me. To where I have to question and ask myself, like, can you trust yourself to do that? Can you trust? Do you believe in yourself? You trust in yourself? You know, it's like sometimes I have to speak in speak to my outer body from my inner body to convince myself to trust things.
Yeah.
Because I've accepted so much of non-trust.
So again, it's kind of like that. That trust
That
issue
trust
comes
issue
from
comes
within.
from within. Yes, it does. And it's earned with stripes, honey. It's nothing you can get over in a day because it's not learned in a day. You
Right.
know, so something that's not learned in a day, after it's embedded in you for so long, you have to regroup and you have to figure out a way to where you can tell yourself, I'm not gonna allow this within myself. I'm not gonna allow myself not to trust. You know, you really, really, really have to do your due diligence in striving to trust yourself. Because if a person trusts themselves, they'll make better decisions in life when it comes to protecting their mental state, their physical state, their emotional
Mm-hmm.
state. So trust is grounded from within.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely grounded from within. And I think to trust someone else, first you have to know how to trust yourself. Because you have to trust yourself enough to open up and to make yourself, even to put yourself in a position to trust someone else. You know what I'm saying? Tease, how do you feel about not trusting self?
Okay, I had got clicked out and I ain't really hear y'all. So could you ask the question again?
The question was, have you ever felt like you didn't trust yourself?
Yeah, plenty of times when things didn't go as planned, maybe with different choices I might have made about a decision I had to make, or even relationships.
Okay. But do I mean, we be so quick to talk about trust and trust in like far as in like relationships, far as like man and woman
No,
and man. No, no,
I
no.
said even in choices with choices that I might have made, that just trusting in myself that it's gonna be the right decision, or that I'm gonna do the right thing after making that choice.
Hmm. Hmm. Because
Hmm.
I think my trust in myself is kind of like what you said, trusting the decisions and the choices that I made. You know, I think that's what my biggest problem is it with trusting my own choices and my own decisions and learning not to look for other people to validate you know what I'm saying? Your choice, your decision that you're making.
Amen. That's
Trusting
what's
in
up.
yourself. Yeah, trusting in yourself enough to know that, like I got this. You get what I'm saying to you? That I guess that's what I can say my trust issue is. You get what I'm saying? Like learning to self-validate and not look for validation in other places. Because that's kind of where I get hung up at right there. Yeah.
You know what I like? I like when God tap in.
Okay. Okay.
Sometimes, because God, like, I don't know about everybody else, but for me, like, I have all these trust issues because God know my heart and he knows that I've been hurt before, especially by people I love. It's like he'll tap in and let me know when to let my guard down or warns me before a person upsets me and things happen. You know what I'm saying? So I can better prepare myself because he knows how my heart is. You know, the Holy Spirit for me is very important. Like when you making decisions every day and when you dealing with yourself and when you dealing with relationships and your family and other people, it keeps me off the roller coaster sometimes.
Yeah. I think in order to really make the situation, I know as you say, I'm just gonna be real with it, no sugarcoating it. You got for me, it's nothing but my relationship with God that keep me kind of steady because He is my reinsurance. You get what I'm saying too? He is
Yeah.
stand on. He lets me know that it's okay, you'll be okay. And really learning to trust in I had to learn to trust in him to gain the trust in me. If that make any sense to y'all. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The trust in God that allowed me to learn to trust in myself. Because sometimes people can be so broken and so messed up that, you know, it's hard to trust in yourself. You know what I'm saying? To even believe in someone else. That's like no joke. Trust is like no joke, because if you trust too much or you trust too easy, it can put you in some bad situations too. You get what I'm saying to you? But you got
Yes, it can. You know it, cuz.
you got
And even when it came down, like, even girl, I just love how God be like, okay, this person ain't out to hurt you. Calm down, receive the word, especially when dealing with church hurt and all that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
God be like, calm down.
yeah. I think the best advice will be is to from me is to gain trust with God and let him show you how to begin to love and trust yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's levels to trust. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is.
Trust is just not something that happens overnight. You know what I'm saying? You have to gain trust. You know what I'm saying? Trust is earned. You get what I'm saying to you? That's not something that's just given right off the rip. So
Yeah.
you have to build relationships and establish certain things between each other, and that, not just a relationship with a man or a woman. That's in business. You know what I'm saying? That's in friendships. That's in like anything first where we got to have trust with each other in order for things to work, you know? So
Yeah.
you just have to like I don't know, y'all. Me personally, I trust God.
Yeah.
I trust God. You know what I'm saying?
That's the best way to go with it.
Yeah, I
Trust
trust him.
God. Let God lead the way,
Yeah.
especially in relationships, love life, especially in my love life. God got to lead the way with that. Every man can't come in my space.
Yeah.
So many people out here moving with hinder agendas. You just don't know what you're walking into.
Yeah, and you begin to trust too easy. And now you allow yourself to be open
Mm-hmm.
to anything in the body. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
that's true.
sometimes
So
it
many
is
people
help.
do. Yes. Move with those hidden agendas. She was right. Yes, y'all both right.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then next thing you know, if somebody mess you up, you make it hard for the next person. I don't
Yeah.
got time to be bitter in my soul.
Yeah. We have a comment. It says, so how do you fix trust issues? Um I basically what I said. Me, I've got to work in this space that I'm in life right now with me building a stronger relationship with my God. You get what I'm saying? Because once I begin to build a relationship with Him, again, He taught me to how to trust in me and love first. I think trust also comes with self love. You got to love self enough to know. You know what I'm saying? I guess when to fall, you got to be able to accept and respect your own choices and your own decisions, and don't look for self-validation. I'm gonna stay to that one. I don't, because often we always looking for someone else to come in to make us feel like or reassure us that it's okay, or that's what you're supposed to be doing, or it's okay to do that. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have enough to stand on your own, whether to know right from wrong or what you feel is right for you or what's wrong for you, um, you're gonna forever have trust issues. To me, that's just my opinion. What's y'all opinion on that? I'm just being real.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Again, it goes back. God will have to guide me in that one. A person for me, like I'm healing for trust issues. Like I'm in the process of healing, learning how to trust again, and to like, letting people in again. I just believe that I recognize that people is just going to be people.
Yeah, they are.
People
And
just going to
sometimes,
be people. So, and so if they make a mistake or they do something to offend me or something like that, I have to keep that in mind that people are just going to be people.
that's true. That's true. And maybe sometimes,
No one is perfect.
yes, and sometimes we might put a little bit too much on people. You get what I'm saying to you? Our
Yeah,
expectation might be,
expectation.
yeah, our expectation might be a little bit too great for some. You get what I'm saying? Some might meet the mark, but then some can't meet the mark. You know what I'm saying? Let's read this comment for T. She said, I think if you trust yourself and your natural intuition with dealing with others, it will help a lot. That's true. It's true, but
Yeah,
sometimes that natural intuition can get you in a world of trouble too. Because I think sometimes uh, we move off what our flesh desires a little bit too much. You get what I'm saying to you? And we don't really
yeah,
take the time off to really step back and observe the situation before we make moves. We move off feelings too much,
yeah.
and feelings can get you into some bad situations. You know.
You better say that one more
And
time
let's
for the
read
people
this
in the back, baby.
comment here. You said it say it's not them, it's the spirit within them. Yeah, that is true, Becky. Sometimes it is the spirit within them. But if you don't have no godly insight, how can you even acknowledge that that's not that person? That's that spirit. You get what I'm saying to you? So it goes back to what I was saying. You got to have a relationship with God. There's no other way around it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have a relationship with God, how do you even know you're dealing with a spirit or you dealing with this or you dealing with that? You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to separate the natural from the spiritual. And if you ain't got a relationship with him, it's gonna be impossible. And T said, I agree. At some point, it's about you, and another person can't validate what's good for you, and you have to have enough self love to know that. And that is so true. That is so true. Cause I don't, I can be your friend, and I can be on the outside looking in. You get what I'm saying to you, and I can only give you my opinion to a certain extent. You get what I'm saying to you? Because at the same time, if that's what you want, or if that's what you desiring right now in this season of your life, and it's feel good and it's making you feel good, what I'm saying don't even matter. You get what I'm saying to you? And because people, we move off our feelings. So you can't really let what other people say kind of move you, but at the same time, I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna leave that alone because that's going into something else. Dominique, what's your input on all this? Leave that alone.
Hey, cousin.
Hey y'all.
What's your input on this? Trust, cuz you go ahead. I'm gonna get a flow to you
Where
because I was gonna take it on
where
another
y'all at
topic.
with it? Cause I end up jumping on a little bit late. Where y'all at with it? Like
We just talking about the trust. We was talking about trust in self. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever had a time where you felt like you couldn't trust yourself?
oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
How did you know that though? How did you know that you were even in that place?
Um I would use mine for example of like I'm a person that have started to accept that I have trust issues because I feel like I won't even allow myself to be loved and part of the reason is because of some of the decisions that I've made. It wasn't always, you know what I'm saying, the things that were done to me that made me this way. It was sometimes the things that I have done that made me this way.
Mm.
So kind of like just owning and accepting my part in it pretty much.
But do y'all think trust can cause you to go around the same mountain over and over again. Trust issues can enter into
Yes.
these, enter into relationships with the same problems, make you attract the same
Yes.
type of situation
Mhm.
you just got freed from.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Because it becomes a falsification of the mind.
Yeah.
Um, because you can want to trust so much. You make yourself believe something. Call pig from your phone. You make yourself believe one thing, knowing it's another. And you put yourself in that situation and you get that same outcome that you knew you were going to get. But you didn't want to make it seem like you wasn't able to trust in yourself
Yeah.
and what you felt. So it does bring you around back again to the same situations if you allow it to.
Yeah. Yeah. Vicky said trust issues can make you stay in a bad relationship. I agree.
Yes,
I
it can.
Yeah, I think trust issues can keep drawing you to bad relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like you get out of one and you enter right back into another one. You get what I'm saying to you? Because you're not even trusting yourself enough to know that it's okay to stand alone in this season. You think that you gotta constantly have someone there. You know what I'm saying to you? Like I think you gotta have trust in yourself. Be able, be able to know self and love self. Ah, she said because you trusting in someone or in yourself to change that person, and you can't change nobody. You cannot change people. Listen, until we get that understood, we gonna forever be in a world of trouble. You cannot single-handedly change nobody. You can influence a change, but you personally cannot change nobody. I am sorry. No, you cannot. You cannot. Yeah, you can't do that one. Sometimes we expect too much from people, and we do. And we do. But how do you gotta put some type of expectation on the situation though, because if you don't put no type of expectation on the situation, that means you falling for anything. There's no standards there. There's no guidelines. There's like no, it's nothing there. You don't put expectations there. So how do you even deal in a relationship or friendship in business with someone if you don't put expectations there? So how would you?
It has to grow. Everything has to grow.
Yeah, how could you know what I'm saying? That mama asked you that. How would you handle? Well, how do you handle putting expectations on certain situations with different people? Is you muted? Cause you muted.
Well, first I would say, I mean, I don't really put expectations on a person because who am I to tell you what I should expect out of you when I'm not even sure what you're capable of giving?
hmm So don't you think so? But listen though. So before we enter into these relationships and these friendships and these situationships and things and businesships, and then that mean we should sit down and get a chance to know each other. You get what I'm saying to you? Before
Oh,
we before we get off into all of this limits and boundaries and expectations, putting in all of that, we don't know each other. I agree with you on that. We don't know each other.
because how am I to tell you, or what expectations am I to put on you when I don't even know what you're capable of giving me? How can I say, I want you to be my man, and I don't even know if you're capable of being a man?
Mm-hmm.
Or how do I expect you as my friend to be here 121% for me when, how do I know if you're even capable of that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That right there, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I even put that with me? I allow things just to genuinely flow. Like, if you have shown me just with your genuineness and it's just pure, but me putting expectation on it, no, I don't put expectations on. I don't even put expectations on myself and because sometimes I'm here and sometimes I'm not, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I am really in a place where I want to give something my full-fledged all, and then there's other days where I'm trying, but you know what I'm saying, it ain't 100%.
So we have to, with that being said, do we need to start emphasizing? I don't want to use the word expectations because that can be so demanding. You get what I'm saying to you, but at the same time, it's kind of like I'm trying to look for another word other than expectation to use because
Boundaries, maybe.
yeah, maybe some guidelines. You get what I'm saying to you? Maybe something of that nature because you got to have something in place, y'all, to govern a relationship. You get what we cannot just be in these relationships just so loosely with nothing governing it because that's when shit get to going all over the place. You get what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
That's just like us living our life. If we wake up every day and we just live our life how we want to live our life and we do what we want to do and just, you know what I'm saying? Do you know how chaotic and haywire your life would be? When you really just sit down and stop for a second and really collect your thoughts and really you go back and retrack your steps, the things that you have done, when it's nothing there to govern your life, like no guidelines, no boundaries, no expectation, when it's nothing there and you just all over the place, that is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like in even in these relationships we get in, you know what I'm saying? And again, I say not just men, when I'm talking about friendships, our brothers, our sisters, our brothers, sisters, all of that, it got to be something put in place there because if we don't have nothing in place, we begin to disrespect each other. We overstep our boundaries. You get what I'm saying to you? We talk out of line. It can get really chaotic. You get what I'm saying to you? So it got to be something put in place. Something. I don't know what though. I don't know.
I think faith and willingness. See, nothing is ever going to be perfect.
Oh no. No.
So I think when I'm speaking out of perspective of being hurt multiple times
Mm-hmm.
and still finding courage to love and trust again.
Mm-hmm.
When I think of relationships with man, I trust God. First thing I'm asking, what are your plans for me while you dating me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is our goals? Let's see. Do we meet each other qualifications before we taking a step farther? When I call somebody a friend or a spiritual sister, do you meet the qualifications? Are you talking about me or are you praying for me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you meet the qualifications before I deal with you? You know what I'm saying? Even with church, same way. You know what I'm saying? And I always got the spirit of discernment to know whether I should be in that situation or should I walk away from that situation or how I should handle it. You know, but I have faith enough and I trust God enough to make sure that He protects, that if I do get my heart broken or my feelings hurt, that I know He's able to heal me. I know He's going to protect me and life is gonna be life. You know what I'm saying? And if I got over the last one, I'm gonna get over the next one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just willingness and having faith that I think in any relationship you taking a risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're taking a risk. You're taking a risk
Absolutely.
in a relationship because you could be in a relationship with a man for 20 years. And after 20 years, you like, this ain't it no more.
Yeah.
Oh, he look at you and said, that ain't it no more.
And that is true.
Friendship, done after childhood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just the willingness. It's just life.
Yeah.
Life.
Yeah.
Life is going to happen. And people are just people.
And people are just people. And we
Yeah.
have to remember that because when it comes to a point in life where you have to um you know, I think when it comes to a point, and I may love you and I may trust you, and it may not be no big issues, but sometimes you have to love someone enough and trust yourself enough to know when it's time to release somebody and let them fly. You get what I'm saying to you? Like, let them
Yeah.
go their way. It's, trust yourself to know that the separation is good. You get what I'm saying to you? And I guess to go back to what I was saying, you gotta have enough trust in yourself to know that you're making those right choices and those right decisions concerning you and your life.
And everything has limits and boundaries. I believe
Exactly.
limits and boundaries and save a lot of stuff. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? We
It
cool
gotta
and
be. Cause
and
if
I
we
see you
yeah.
doing all crazy stuff. I'm gonna let you bump your head, but I'm still gonna be your friend. That's your lesson learned. You my man and I love you. But if you wanna act stupid, you go over there and act stupid. I still love you. We cool. Just let life happen. Let it
Yeah,
be.
even in a relationship with your man and your woman, it's still limited boundaries. You can't just because that's your man don't that don't give you the right to cross all lines and everything's up for grabs. You gotta respect. Everybody needs space in situations. You get what I'm saying to you?
Mm-hmm.
You can't crowd nobody out. When you want to crowd somebody out and feel like you got to be over everything, or you got to your hand got to be on it, or you got to touch everything in every situation, you got some real bad trust issues.
Yeah, yeah.
You got bad trust issues. You know what I'm saying? If you can't just sit back, kick back and relax and just know, that's enough. I done did enough, or that's their space right there. You got to let them be. You cannot hover over every situation and cannot definitely be in every situation.
And
Nope.
always being truthful.
Oh yeah. Well, truth is a part of trust.
Mm-hmm. Being truthful.
Truth is a part of trust. Now, if you somebody that sit there and want to live a lie to yourself, and play all type of games with yourself, you're gonna forever have trust issues. You first got to be truth to self before you can trust anybody.
Yeah,
You know, you got to live your truth to be able to trust.
sure do.
That's just it right there. I promise you it is. Truth is the key to trust.
Mm-mm-mm.
And that person
Yeah.
you're trying to build that relationship with has to be a truthful person. You know what I'm saying? Because baby, if you're dealing with a liar, especially a habitual liar, you in trouble. You in great big
Yeah,
trouble.
women get tricked every day.
Yeah. Well, you gonna fall for some tricks because you don't nobody know every trick in a book. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to fall, because when you fall, that's when you get up, your strength, you gain your strength. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the trials come to make you strong. So y'all know my favorite line: you can't pray everything away. Some things you just got to go through. So certain things goes with the situations, but just to allow yourself to be exposed to everything and anything because you have trust issues. Now that's not it.
Mm.
You got to set some type of limitation there. It starts with self. It starts with self. Because if you don't, hey, in Uncle Honey voice, you better have some self control if you ain't got no control. For real. Because if you ain't controlling self, who is?
Right.
Okay, you better have some self-control for real. Where y'all the ladies at? I don't see y'all around here. Y'all. Okay, there you go. Y'all playing with these cameras off. I'm on y'all. Your speaker off, Damo.
Okay, I'm back, y'all. I had to get my kiddos up out of here because they was a little distraction a little bit.
Oh, okay. You
Can y'all
froze
hear
up
me?
over there. Yeah, we hear
Yeah.
you. Like you froze again.
Okay, let me move a little bit because I think my internet is tricky, y'all.
Like
I'm
you
sorry.
froze again. You know what, y'all? This ain't. It's off the topic, but it's on the topic because it's been in my spirit for like the last days, and I got to get it off. I got to be obedient because I got other things to do, and I can't get trapped down. I don't want to say something, but I just want to come to encourage those that is going through some things that may be caused by trust, hurt, whatever it is. I just, I want to encourage you to let you know that if God bring you to it, He'll bring you through it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have enough trust and believe in Him. If He bring you to a situation, He'll bring you through a situation. I've just been hearing that in my spirit for like the last 4 days. And I know it's just not for me; it's for somebody else to need to hear that, because sometimes we could get to a situation and it can seem hard. It can seem overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? We may not see no light at the end of the tunnel, but you just got to trust God enough, grab His hand, and let walk you on through that thing. And just know, trust and believe at the other side of that tunnel, there is some light. There is some joy. You get what I'm saying? It's some things that's waiting over there for you, but you got to overcome those things. You can't sit and continue to, as my mama used to say, wallow in your mess. You get what I'm saying to you? You can't, because all you do is you rock yourself in that rut, and it's harder to get out. Just pick your, you know what I'm saying? Pick your cross up, bear, and just go and walk with God and believe that He's gonna see you through. He's gonna see
Amen.
you through it.
Amen.
I'm saying all these issues we come with, and we talk about all of these things. I can relate to every topic, every issue, because some of them I've battled with in the past. Some I'm battling with now. You know what I'm saying? I truly trust and believe that God is gonna see me through these things, and it's a process. It's nothing gonna happen overnight. It is a process, because just like that thing in you, it takes time to work that thing out of you. You know what I'm saying? It takes time to work a thing out of you. Because look how long that thing been in you manifesting. You know what I'm saying? That thing been for a season. Talking to you, telling you you ain't good enough. You ain't going to make it. This ain't that. That ain't this. We over here. That ain't over there. So, it takes time to get in there and take that thing out. But you got to want it, though. You got to want it. You got to want it. Because if God can only do what you allow Him to do. You know what I'm saying? Which meaning you have to deny yourself and allow Him to come forward and move and use you and do what needs to be done. Sometimes we stand in the way of our own blessings. We are our biggest hindrance. We block things for ourselves because we don't like to take our hands off situations. We like to make a lot of excuses for why we can't and why we won't and why we ain't. But really, when you really sit back and you think about it, them ain't nothing but excuses. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but excuses. We are our biggest enemy. We are in our own way. I promise you that. Yes. So what y'all ladies feel about that, what I just said? I had to let that off because I've been holding that for 4 days.
That is definitely true, because a lot of times when we be going through stuff, or we feel like we're consumed by situations, we want them to be over so bad that you think they're gonna be over overnight. You know what I'm saying? Or I was kind of like that when I first start kind of building my relationship with God. It was like, because I'm believing in God, that means it's gonna happen right now. This change, I done accepted God and I believe God, so it's gonna change right now. It's gonna change right away. And it was like, no, because when you get yourself in some mess and that mess is up to your neck, it takes time to work it down.
Yes,
It takes time. And kind of like going back to the trust issues, like when you have trust issues or certain things have gotten into you, it takes time to work that back down. Like when you lose trust in people or situations or things, it takes time to gain that trust back and work your way back into that. It doesn't happen overnight. It don't happen overnight.
Cause
It don't.
you gotta build self back up
You
for the
do.
trust issues and hurt and all of that. Like Penny has said earlier, it's about 5 keywords or 5 components that build that word trust. You know what I'm saying? All of
Yeah.
you hurt and shame, guilt, all that stuff plays a part of trust. And when a person has broken your trust or you have lost trust for someone, do you know you have to rebuild and you got to put something back in place? Because when a person, when you lose trust for a person, your trust has been broken, that takes something out of you.
It does.
That takes something out of you. So something has to be put back in place. But before God can put something back in place, He got to take all those other things out of you that was already, replaced when the trust was broken.
Mm-hmm.
The hurt, the guilt, the shame. You get what I'm saying? You got to remove all those things.
The embarrassment,
Yeah,
the
baby,
torment, the taunting, oh my God, countless things. Countless
embarrassment.
things. Like I
Again,
definitely agree with that.
embarrassment.
The embarrassment, I think, is the part that, ooh,
Uh,
that's the
It's the
the
embarrassment.
embarrassment. It is like, and then it's kind of like everything on top of each other. It's the embarrassment, it's the shame, it's the guilt, it's the how did I allow this to the self pity you give yourself for it.
Yeah.
It's a buildup of a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
definitely has to be worked on, and you definitely, it takes time. Just as short enough as it took time to break trust, it takes time to build it back.
Yes,
And it don't happen overnight. And that's in families, friendships,
Yeah.
relationships. Like it doesn't just center one certain thing. It's in life with
Yeah.
your occupation, on
Yeah.
the job,
Yes.
in your career choice. Like
Yes.
it definitely it takes time to rebuild those things. It
Yeah.
definitely do. I would agree with that 110%. It definitely do.
Heck yeah. I done been burnt out here so many times, so many different relationships. I can have good, honest people before me that want to be a blessing to me, but I will look for a situation in the problem. I will make a problem in a situation, look for a situation. Baby, I will go digging for something to be wrong because I'm also
Mm-hmm.
so used to a certain type of wave coming my way. You get what I'm saying to you? And I think that's my biggest thing. Like I'm praying and asking God to help me with. That's why I say my trust is not with others. My trust is with myself. You get what I'm saying to you? To even
Mm-hmm.
to release and to open myself up enough to even receive my blessings. Because I probably done lost about 10 to 15 of them. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to be on my bull crap.
That hardness of their heart.
Yeah.
When that trust is broken, it hardens your heart. It
Yeah.
makes you afraid to love. It makes you afraid to trust, be able to listen or understand. Like it's when trust is broken, man, that's a bad do. I'm telling y'all. And then I think it really hurt when it's done to you by somebody you love.
Oh my God.
When the trust is broken from somebody you love, oh, it take you through some things. You hear me?
Yes,
Like
it does.
you constantly asking yourself, what did you do wrong?
Yeah.
You trying to
Yeah.
find loopholes to what created this issue to be what it is. Like it takes some. I'm gonna tell you what it honestly takes to repair broken trust. A lot of prayer,
Yeah.
dedication, and forgiveness. If
Yes.
you
Yes,
ain't willing to
sir.
do them three
Right.
things, if you're not willing to do them three things,
Mm.
you gonna be waiting for a long time to heal your trust issues because forgiving somebody who hurt you. Oh, y'all, that's a, everybody say I forgive and I move forward, or I forgave that person, I don't let it bother me. But then if they come around and they do it again, and then they do it again, so it's like I'm constantly forgiving, and it's like, and you keep on doing it and you keep on doing it, and little by little you're breaking my trust more and more. And now I got to go recover from that. I got to come back from this. Yeah, you got to come back from this, because I got to heal from this so that it can make me whole. So I do got to let these things go. I do have to heal from these things. I do have to forgive these things, because I'm trying to become whole, and not for the other person, but just for the person I'm trying to become.
Yeah.
So it's a job. It's a job, man. It's a
'Cause
job, definitely.
them trust issues can block some things for you, though. It'll hold you up
Yes,
in
it
life.
can.
It'll
They
hold you
will.
up in
It'll
life.
make you miss everything great coming your way.
Yes, it will. Yes,
You will miss everything great coming your way because
yeah.
you got trust issues. You've been there said you wanted a good man, but because you ain't let go this past relationship, you can't even see the God done placed a husband before you.
Okay.
You've been asking for all these financial opportunities, and God is presenting them to you, but because you got these trust issues, these opportunities done whoop right past you.
Yeah.
So it definitely it hinders your blessings.
Yes, it does.
When you deal with trust issues, it stops your growth. It's a bad dude to be dealing with. And I deal with it like on a y'all, I deal with it on a heavy tip. I'm a work in progress with it, but I deal with it like I think my trust issues, when they came and they started hitting me the way that they did, and they broke me so bad that it made me build up a wall. And when I say this wall so out cold, y'all, like, I feel like I don't even want a relationship. I don't even want to know what it's like to be loved. I want to shovel my own snow. I want to cut my own grass. I don't even want to allow myself to be a woman and be like, let a person come in and take the lead, because my trust issue so messed up that they done damaged me so, like, to the core. To the core.
It's causing you to damn near go into solitary confinement.
Yes.
Mentally, though. Not physically.
Mentally. Not physically, but mentally.
Yeah, because you still moving around, you being with others, but your mind, you kind of closed off in your mind. It's not healthy, though. That's not good.
It's not
good. You know, that this trust, that this is, you know, that, oh my God, that's a blessing in a curse. You gotta find that balance in that word trust. You get what I'm saying to you? Because too much trust can see one way, and not enough trust can see you another way. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a balance you gotta find in that word trust.
You definitely do.
I do.
You definitely do.
Definitely. What's your take on the T? You just click in on us with us.
Hey, baby.
Hey.
Trust issue. Oh, man, I am such a fault in that. I can't. It's hard for me to trust people, especially with, man, it's really hard to trust people. You have trauma trust as a kid, you know, and all up to, really, man, it's really hard to trust people.
Yeah, your phone breaking up.
Me personally, we're going to have to trust somebody. Because God uses people to help people. But people sometimes have forgot the ways and the morals of life of trust, and how it's really supposed to be played out, that you get so damaged that you just can't trust. It's scared. It seems foreign when people, you know, try to gain your trust, because you figure, like, I already been through that. You know, I've seen what the human being can do. And that's when the wall comes up. And then it's hard, because sometimes we miss our blessings, because we're so damaged in trust issues that we can't trust anybody. it can be embedded deep, but some way, somehow we have to learn how to overcome that. And how do you uncover that with trust is that you have to pray. And then you have to pray for discernment. And that's what God comes in at when you ask him to order your steps. Lord, and even the Bible says trust no man but me. That means that if I go to him first, then he will put the right people in my life. And if I go to him first, because I have trust issues, I have to go to God first. Because I don't know. That's what the pineal gland of your body is for, is to basically pray and meditate for discernment. Remember, the enemy sat at Jesus' table, and he had a purpose in his life in order for that to actually play out. So people have purposes in your life, even if they don't mean you no good, but because you prayed, the Lord will protect you and allow that person to do what they're supposed to do and then leave. You know, that's why the protection that's why it is imperative as human beings, as spiritual beings, to go to God first, you know, when it comes to trust issues.
And
You
we
know,
don't,
with a man, when you don't
we
even know he's the
don't,
right
we
man, you got
don't
to pray and say, God,
put
show me
first.
it all. You know, just show me everything. You know, I just want to know everything when I'm dealing with the good and the bad and the ugly. And everything, you know, ain't always bad, but because the world can beat you up so badly, you feel like this may be too good to be true. And then we sabotage ourselves because we have trust issues. Have you ever sabotage yourself because you had trust issues? Hell yeah. And you probably, because your trust issues is so embedded down, and it's due to your environment. Because you know, when you're somewhere, you always have to have your guard up 24/7, and it depends on your environment. If I gotta walk out the door and I automatically can't trust you walking out this door, because I don't know what the future may face for me, because I done seen so much bull crap that I have to try. I block some things. So that's where prayer comes in. And that's why he says, pray to me first when you're undecided, when you're when you're not trusting. Come to me first, and I'll block all that. I'll step in. But if you do it by yourself,
it's gonna be a mess.
it's gonna be a mess. Either way, you're still gonna do it, and you can still feel like a sinner and still pray to God and say, Lord, you know, I'm a sinner, but Lord, I need your help. He understands everything, you know, he really does. But yeah, trust, sometimes we sabotage ourselves when it comes to trust issues, which is it's a tricky thing. Like you said, Nika, you gotta find a balance. You gotta find a balance. It's like you want to trust somebody and then they fall off. What do? Do you, because they have good potential, do you pray on it and say, Lord, fix that thing, you know, that person don't know no better? Or do you put this block up and say, and just quit, like, I ain't messing with them. I don't want to mess with them. You know, so yeah, trust, you have to find a balance, y'all. It's like trust is like folding your arms and hoping that your people that you dealing with and will catch you if you fall backwards. It's like the trust game. That's kind of hard to do.
It is.
That's really hard to do. It is really hard to do that. You know, and my trust issues comes from my childhood, so it don't have to necessarily be a man.
Yeah.
You know, my trust issues started from the beginning, when the very God that you look for, you know, could not support that issue or support that like they wanted to. You fall into the continuation of whatever drama that previous person went to, and just passes down to your children for no damn apparent reason.
Mhm.
You
Yeah, that's
know,
when you don't. That's when you don't address situations. Like,
yeah, you have to stop that. You know, it has to be stopped when it comes to. I don't know. It's just, man. It's like playing Russian roulette. It really is. It's like playing Russian roulette. If you got integrity of yourself, you're wishing and hoping that the person that you with got integrity or the friendship that you have, but everybody ain't like you.
mm-mm.
Stop expecting
It's
the same thing that
impossible.
you deliver.
Yeah, it's impossible to think that everyone is like you. You
But once you get a friend or a partner that you can trust, you don't want to mess that up.
Mhm.
yeah,
And that's the hardest thing when you abuse trust. You know, I mean, we all ain't perfect, but you just have to make the judgment of, you know, did that person make a mistake, or this something? This is their stilo. This is something that they do. You know,
Mhm.
so you have
yeah.
to be careful with that. But yeah, trust issues. Oh, I value that. I value trust like money.
Yeah. And I
That
think like when I say like mine, the trust issues I have, like they are not they didn't come only because of things that people did. It was some of the stuff that I did in my unconscious mind, just
yeah,
being selfish or being self-centered, made a decision not thinking about somebody else, and it created a trust issue within myself. So it's not only the people that does it to us, it's sometimes ourselves, because I've been
self
guilty of doing it to
sabotage.
Yeah,
myself. I've been
Yeah,
guilty of
yeah.
that. I've been
you s-
guilty of that.
you're right. You're right, Dom. Some people can stop trusting because of the actions that they took
Because
upon
of the
themselves.
actions that you possess. Like
And you look and say, I can do it. I know they can do it to me.
I was it's crazy, y'all, because I was in a relationship, right? And this person was like the greatest person ever, like did everything right, was an honest stand-up man, accepted my children, like, and many times now as an adult with my grown mature mind, I see how much of a fool and foolish I was and unknowledgeable and ignorant I was. But it's like this man was a great man, but because of me, like I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready to be a woman. I wasn't ready to be committed. I wasn't ready for a full relationship. So I did all sorts of crazy things to break this relationship. I'm talking about to the ultimate, y'all. It was some of the unthinkable. And it was like, now as a 33-year-old woman that is aware and knowledgeable, it's like, oh, I ain't doing that. I can't do that. Like that wasn't right, because if this person would have did this to me, like, how would I have accepted that? So it's not always just other people doing it. It's sometimes trust issues are created from self.
Yeah,
Yeah,
input.
self sabotaging.
Yes. Yes.
Vicky, what's
Yes.
your
Yes.
input on trust? We ain't heard. I mean, you was in the comments, but you on here now. What's your input?
So I want to talk about. I liked when you asked Dominique about that whole standard thing and like with trust and standards. And I commented. I don't know if you showed it, but you were saying like, do you have standards and how do you go about standards? I'm talking about trust. Trust to me is just having a wall up. Like I said, from things that you did or things that people did to you, from the choices that you made, or things that people did to you. But that standard thing, it it made me think about that man. Remember that bougie Sadidi man? I can't think of his name. Remember I told y'all Leo watched him. I
Oh
think
yeah.
Dominique had brought him up. The little bougie man or whatever. We had watched him today actually, which was very interesting. But he made me watching him, even though I'm married or whatever, he made me start evaluating myself. And in the comments I put, I would start with myself in regards to my requirements or my standard. I would start with myself because you have to see what values that you bring to the table so that you can see if what you want or what you feel like you deserve will even want you. You know what I mean? And I don't mean like you lower yourself, but you got to be real with yourself. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I am 27. I have 4 kids. I would, if I was trying to move on in a relationship, I would say I've been married once. I have 2 children as the father of my 4 kids. Like, I have to think about all this. Do I have income? No, I don't have income. I was a stay-at-home mom in that relationship. You know what I mean? So you have to put into play who you are, what your values are, what you will bring to the table, so that you can be realistic with what you want. Now, will you might be lucky and be blessed with somebody? Yeah, but you got to be realistic with who you are, what you bring to the table, and overall, just you as a person. Yeah, you might be good, but do most men want somebody with 6 kids and no
Yes,
income?
I know some that do.
Are they gonna be able to provide for all of y'all? For real,
Yes,
not
I
no
got a
halfway
brother
provide.
right
I
now
mean,
that
like for real provide.
I
I
got a
think
brother right
actually,
now bought a 4-bedroom house, and I asked him, I said, "Why you buy all the rooms?" I said, "It's just you, man." He gonna say, "Cause I'm looking for a girl with some kids. I ain't trying to birth no more. I'm done with these
But
baby
see,
mamas.
that's
I don't
but
want to
that's
be dealing
one
with that mess. I'd
man.
rather deal with a yeah. But it's a lot of other men think like I'd rather deal with a woman with her own kids. Now it
or
depends. You a woman with respectable kids.
But
Ain't no
that
man
too. How
walking in
many
no.
women
He
have
ain't walking
respectable
in no.
kids?
He ain't got time to be sitting up here trying to be nanny 911 to your kids if you didn't start it off right.
How many kids?
Now
How
you
many
can.
women have respectable? I mean, not respectable kids, as in like their kids are terrible, but they've raised the dads have instilled good things in their kids. The mom is instilling good things in their kids. So now their kids overall are good kids or easy to deal with kids.
I,
And then
I
you got some ragamuffins. And
my
some men don't want to deal with that. I mean, I'm sorry, but I
my
mean, if you're gonna have,
sister
Go
with
ahead, Della.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry,
I'm
Don.
no. Go ahead.
Because I don't want. I'm sorry, I gotta speak on this because just because you have multiple kids does not devalue you.
It doesn't.
You are very valuable because you're doing something that is so great. You're keeping, first of all, in the Black community, you're keeping the race going. I'm just saying it. Yes, you are. Women are and men are keeping the race going. Multiple children are sometimes needed.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be that one. I can't do it. My mental stat won't allow me to do it. God knew what was best, but He know what woman that can do it. So when God gives you gifts, which are your children, He makes it that is your responsibility. He gives you the responsibility to make sure that you raise them in the right way. If you couldn't have these children, I guarantee you wouldn't have been able to birth them. So he knows how much you can bear. You just got to sit at the table and figure out all the diamonds and nuggets that you got right in front of your face. So being a at-home mom, that is a job.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I prefer to get on the phone and talk to these customers.
Sometimes I prefer to.
Shit. That is because you can lose yourself in that,
Mhm.
and you got to find balance. And you can be also a superhero as a parent if you take the little nuggets that you're learning with your kids
Mhm.
and produce an income
Yeah,
in your own.
yeah, for sure.
And you can make your own income by sitting
You
in there
can.
being an at-home mother. But you got to figure it out. What do the society want? So I put my hats off to women that have multiple kids. I always wanted to have multiple kids. But I think I be looking like, damn, look at your tree. It's so big. It's beautiful. But you got to go through the tough spot. And that's when them little kids is toddlers. That's when them little kids are teenager. And that's just part of the road that you took. It's just a power of choice that you took. And when you get into that power of choice, then you have to get ready for what's to come.
Yeah.
I
You
absolutely
know, you
agree.
got to get ready for what's to come. And I mean,
And
it's cool. Yeah. I mean, you can have
I
multiple kids with multiple with less men
Father.
and still
Mhm.
have badass children. Shit.
Yeah, that's true.
and I think it all just honestly depends on the man, not the nigga, not the boy, not the like because when a man steps in your life, he makes your life better.
Yes, he does.
doesn't
Definitely.
matter how terrible it is, how much it has fallen apart. And I
Yeah.
ain't saying this because I'm just saying this. I had a man to step into my life that had no children, had no obligation to kids. I was a woman that had already had two. Jalen was 4. I was pregnant with Javion. Stepped in. Do you hear what I'm saying? Treated my kids like his own. When he carried my kids to his mama house, my kids was treated like his own. When he went out to the store and shopped for himself, he shopped for my kids. Anything to make Dominique happy, he wanted to do that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's about dealing with a man, because a man doesn't look at the outer part of you. He looks at the inner side of you. He sees the potential in you. He understands what your goal is. Because you have children does not mean you're a terrible person. Because you have certain baggage in your life, it doesn't determine where you stand in success. You know what I'm saying? That don't determine where you gonna go in your success. You know, it's all about your drive. You may be a woman with 4 kids, but your ambition is so out cold, you
Yeah.
refuse to give
Yeah.
up.
And
You
it
might got a
turns him
woman
on.
with
It
no
might
kids,
turn him on.
and she don't have no ambition. She ain't
Yeah.
got no drive. She ain't getting up. You know, she don't have no responsibility. But then you got this woman over here with 4 kids, and she's up, she's cleaning, she's cooking, she wearing so many
And
hats.
that
That's
man
a
might
good
be turned on from that. He might like that to see that you can handle 4 lives. You can he looking like, man, she a superwoman. I want something like that. You know, I want her to be my next protege for another child. He might be looking like that,
like
like she
she
can
said.
handle 4.
Yeah.
I know for a
That
fact
is a
out of
good
my
point. Because
seed.
some men do look for a woman with at least one child to know that you're fertile, you know, and
Yeah.
that you can have children. So that's a great point.
It definitely
Yeah.
is. It
And
definitely
sometimes some men ain't fertile and they want
Yeah,
women
cause
with
you
children.
it's like my dude, and then he got he the baby. He got 6 older brothers. Out of the damn 7, 5 of them, I want to say 5 of them, they women with children already, married them, adopted them kids, the children they had, and you won't know it's no different. You get what I'm saying to you? Like they all went got a woman with a child, and you know, you don't. It's no difference, nothing.
it's not.
You know,
Some men see it as a security.
but it takes a
Yeah.
real
Some
man to
some
step
men see that
in.
as a
Yeah, but it takes. I get what he's saying too, because it takes a real man to step up and want to father a child that's not his.
It does. It
It
does.
does.
It
It's a
definitely
You
lot
does.
of
know,
good father. There's a lot of men out here, and I can't bash them because there are some men out here that want a family, you know, and
yeah,
they sometimes they look at the woman and how she presents herself,
yeah.
and he may treat you according to what you give him.
Yeah.
So
And,
Some of
and
these
that's what I
men,
meant.
y'all
Yeah,
know,
that's
some of
that's
these
what I
men
meant.
come out and look for. They look. They look at their woman for what they see in their mother.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then they look for certain similarities of
Yeah.
their mother in their woman.
Yeah. And
You
I
know,
don't think it's purposely either. It just happens by nature. It was
yeah,
a lot of times where I noticed where Leo would be like, say something like, my mama would do that, or you're just like my mom. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not like your my mom myself, you know what I mean? But it's when
Mhm.
I really get around her and I really, you know what I mean, get to know her more and more, you know, as the years go by, I'm like, wow, there are a lot of similarities within us.
yeah.
And yes, I'm my own person, and yes, I do things my way, but I am very similar to his mom.
Oh,
You know
that's
what
a
I
good
mean?
point. That's a good point
I'm telling
because
y'all, and
that's a good
it took,
point.
yeah, it took me to
Trust.
get down south with Darren's. We went for my birthday. We go every year, and I was sitting at the table. It was all the women, you know, all the brothers, the wives, and we sitting there.
Y'all look the same.
I looked around there. Boy, was kind of looking like all kind of teasing. I said, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? But when you sit down, you speak with your mother, you can see that they all have that woman got some form of their mother in them. In her. You get what I'm saying to you?
Mhm.
That's when I think I said, oh my God, you know?
And you have to be careful
Like,
because
okay.
you have to be careful as a woman that and this is where I believe some women may get tricked. And I'm not saying tricked, but I just believe that's just some women just maybe getting caught in the loophole. You have some men that out here that are attracted to a mother figure, but can't love you like a wife figure.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
more
yeah,
attracted to the mother figuring of you,
yeah,
and you
Mhm.
as a woman
yeah.
maybe neglected regarding the other part that you need
That's
to
true.
continue to go on. Because you have to be careful. If you're treating him like a kid, he's gonna be satisfied with that because
Yeah, yeah,
you're doing everything that his mother did.
yeah,
And
mhm,
that's not
And
a man. That's a child.
yeah.
yeah,
That's a
That's
boy.
you have to be very, very distinctful
because you
and
know what
very
though?
choose
Men
because
don't like you to tell them what to do. A real man ain't gonna like you to just baby him. They don't like it. They don't
yeah,
like
but
it. They
if
feel
you
like in
sit
Barronville,
here,
I'm the boss. I pay to. I pay. What do you say? I pay to be the boss. I pay the cost to be the boss.
it's more than that. See, men have to discover that it's more than paying bills, baby.
No, but
Because
I'm just saying and
yeah,
I like that lingo though. I pay the cost to be the boss. I'm making sure everything right around here. You're not about to baby me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
I
baby.
get that. I get that,
But see, you know
I
what
really
you
get
don't
that, but that don't give you the authority to use that as an excuse.
Oh no.
It's more other stuff that you need to be doing other than paying a damn bill.
That's
Go
oh,
true.
get
you
a
got
hammer.
you yeah, as a man, you have to I feel like you have to be you gotta be real well rounded. And if you a man that just know how to pay the bills, then you gotta be able to know how to exercise your hand to get other things done. You get what I'm saying? Because some men
Yeah, like use your
some
money
men just
if you're gonna be that
don't
way.
know how to
Then have
get
a
down to it.
handyman on site.
Oh yeah, Leo, we don't do that. Leo don't fix nothing. He don't touch nothing. We don't cut our grass. He don't do none of that. He pay everybody. But why does
Yeah.
he do that? Because his dad did
See,
it.
that's
His
what I'm
dad
saying.
go out and his dad works. So for him, I don't gotta do all that. We have money. We're gonna have somebody. Their thing is we rather pay a black man who does this for a living and let him eat off this than me going outside and do it. I got a few extra coins. I can put
And
that in
let
my
me
budget
tell
and
you
I can
Long
pay
as
a
it
something.
black
get
man
done.
to get it done.
Long as it get
And
done, that's the
sometimes
best
my
thing.
man on my damn nerve because he think he can fix and do everything. We need to pay somebody to come and do this, but you're not doing it right. But he think he can do it. We arguing right now
Let's
about my
fix it.
bathroom upstairs. I'm like, no, let's just have the people come in. Or no, because I can just know, because you just already just let's just have the people come, so it's and that sometimes we can
It go both
wish Leo
ways.
could just jump out and do some things without calling people sometimes. It's a
But long as you get it done, that's
Sometimes
all
I
yeah,
that
don't want to
counts.
wait. I want it done. You could do it. Go ahead.
yeah.
Hey, let me
It's
tell y'all, my
But
daughter-in-law. This is how trust issues. I take motherhood very, very seriously.
Yeah.
That is one of my greatest accomplishments is being a mother to an older son. Thanking God for that.
You did a
One of
great
my great
job.
I
You
felt
did a
like that was one of
wonderful
my
job.
greatest accomplishments. So
You
for
did a
a
wonderful
young
job.
girl to come in, you gotta trust her that she do not come in and dismangle everything that you. Oh, do you know
Oh yeah.
that a
Yeah.
young girl can come in your son's life, vice versa, and come in and tell everything you inputted in your child. This
Yeah.
is how you got to know. It's like gambling. You
Yeah.
got to know everything you put in your child. Is it gonna work? This is
Yeah.
how you know if it's gonna work. And you have to
Yeah.
sit back because now they have to be in the development to learn some things on their own.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
girlfriend. I was not. I put her through the ringer in a good way, and she passed every damn test
Really.
to the point where I had to back the fuck down.
Yeah. And you know what? As parents, and I'm talking from being somebody's daughter-in-law.
Yeah,
As a mom, I now see why my mother-in-law is so like she was so stern with me. She was just like, "You sure you want her?" And yada yada yada.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
well, if you like me, why your mom? You know what I mean? But
yeah.
really, now having sons of my own, I get it because hey,
You gotta
women
trust
can
that.
butter you up. We can butter a man up. But she began to see the good that I was. You know what I mean? She saw that
Yeah,
I was a woman of God.
yeah,
Who,
yeah,
you know, your son ain't all cookies and cream either. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You know your son
yeah.
got his, his problems in his
But you,
situation too. And he picked God destined him to pick me for a reason. He needed someone like me. He didn't need no one who you thought he needed. He needed someone like me. You know what I mean? So we gotta, like you said earlier, trust God, trust the
You gotta
process,
trust
trust our
God with your
discernment,
kids.
know what's going on. And even in regards to me and her, because now we have a relationship where she can reach out to me and I give her some,
That's how
some
me and
words
her.
of encouragement, or, from wife to wife, from mother to mother. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So you really just gotta trust God at the end of the day with
you do.
every
You gotta
single
pray
thing.
on it. I mean, one day and she's a prissy baby, but
Hmm.
she's also a tomboy, and I see a lot of me in her. And
Hmm.
one day she gave me attitude. Now, I got a household full of men. I don't have too much attitude in my house. I'm the one probably
With
with,
all the
and I
attitude.
barely give out attitudes too. So this was foreign to me. This was new to me to see a young woman in my house and I get attitude. So I had to go pray because I did not want to mess up this relationship that we had. That I went to God first and said, God, I'm ready to you gotta help me, Lord. Make sure you give me the right words to talk to this girl because I don't want to mess our friendship up that
Yeah.
we have now. So when God calmed me down, me and her I was mad. I was heated. So I guess she felt some of my wrath. Because when I'm upset, baby, I get cold. My heart, you feel a wind come in, like real
Oh
cold,
Lord.
and the house be like, Mama, man. So, however, me and her had that conversation. I was like, just teaching her, like, yo, you can't understand that you was raised by your father, but you gotta. And I'm giving her womanly advice. And she came to me later. She said, "It's a reason why I'm in your presence because you're giving me something I couldn't get to from my mother." And I
mhm.
told her, I said, "Lady, I'm learning. I'm learning myself, and whatever I can give you to develop, then I'm going to give it to you because you're a part of my son's life. I don't want to see you fail. I want to see you win. So since
Mm.
you're going to be here, let me show you some things. Pull down your wall, pull down your daddy wall, and let me love you a little bit. Let me
Hmm.
love on you." So,
Yeah.
and I told her, I said, I need it myself. I never had a woman come in and you're about to take over my legacy. You already told me you're not going nowhere. And I'm like, oh,
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
You ready for that, Damo? You next up, baby. You next up, and
She
you.
not going nowhere. So let me teach you if you're not going, then let me teach you some stuff.
yeah.
Cause one day I was like, you can't be my granddaughter. I said, you can't be my daughter-in-law. She said, why, Mom? I said, because honey, you eat so much McDonald's and stuff like that, and I'm afraid for my future grandkids, and I don't want my grandkids eating all that damn. I would just tell her that, like, I don't want my grandkids eating all that
Processed
unnecessary
food.
dry
Hmm.
food. I said, somebody got to get in the kitchen and cook, baby. I said, if you plan on being with her, I need to see you in the kitchen cooking. Do you need me to help you? What's going on? And then she started she listened to it, and lately then I saw her in the kitchen cooking. I'm like, oh shit. I gotta
Because
set them up. I
everybody,
gotta set them up for greatness.
everybody has greatness that they possess on the inside.
Hmm.
You just have to get with someone who brings it out of you.
Out of you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all it is. These people out here roaming the earth, including myself, you possess greatness in you. You were born with greatness in you. It just the unbalance comes when you're with the wrong people.
There you
Because you
go.
got people that bring the animalistic ways up out of you,
Yep. There you go.
the angry side, and
Mm-hmm.
that's when it's time to, like, going back to earlier when we were saying setting standards. It is some standards, because when you are a person that keeps me on my angry side more so than in my happy place, that is a standard. I better get on away from you. If I see that you bring out this side that used to be me, and I start to see it coming out more,
Yeah. You
I
don't want
gotta get
that.
away from you.
You
Yeah.
don't want that.
Or
You
even
want
just,
somebody to balance you out
yeah.
to tame that wolf that's in you. Everybody has a beast.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was born with a beast. You don't know how far your beast will go. So you in your circle that can balance you and say, try it this way.
This
What you
way.
try it that way? And when you find those certain nuggets and gems about a person, you want to keep them in your circle like that. That's why God said, I use his people to help. That's why he said, be careful who you entertain. Because you may be entertaining my beings. You might be entertaining an angel. You might be entertaining somebody I ordained to help you. You know? So yeah, first we listen, and then we act, and then we respond. Listen, act appropriately, and then respond. You'll know who to trust and who not to trust. At the age of 33, you learn something. You was at the age of you're learning, so you learn. Your mind is developing. You got to go through some things to know that ain't right. That ain't right.
Let me ask y'all a question. Did
Yeah.
y'all watch the Salt and Pepper movie?
Not yet.
Mm.
I ain't seen it yet.
I'm gonna let y'all watch that, and we're gonna revisit that because that was
It was good.
I'm talking about they bared it all on there. I thought they was gonna sugarcoat and play a couple games because they kept talking about it and talking about it. You know, people tell a story but don't want to tell the whole story. Like, it was something. I never knew that Salt dealt with overeating.
Okay.
She will compulsively eat and then go and make herself throw up.
Who?
Really?
Oh,
yes.
so she was
Like
bulimic.
when she would get upset and stuff, she would go and binge eat and will make herself go throw up. But did this though. You got Pimp, her best friend, now run together every day. She never knew that about her.
She didn't trust her.
There we go. See what I'm saying?
See what?
That's why I wanted that show.
She didn't trust her.
But you know what? I can't even say that she just didn't trust her though, because there are some people in my life that I love and I trust, and they may not know some things that I got going on, and it's not because I don't trust them. It's just that some things, and I don't know about y'all, but me, I leave for the imagination. I'm an open book, and I hold no secrets, but just some stuff I don't visit.
And guess what, too, though, Damo? You said it ain't that they don't. You said it's not that you're hiding it or you don't trust them. But also, aside from imagination, when you're in your own world and you got people around you who are not like too focused on you or envious of you or trying to get into your business, they're too worried about themselves to be all worried about your every single move. So like, hey, me and my auntie talk on an everyday basis, and then sometimes we talk. We talk on an everyday basis, and then sometimes we talk on a once a week basis. And there's sometimes where I know everything she's doing, and then there's sometimes where I don't know what she's doing. But when life is really happening, and you in your own life and you're doing your own thing, you're not gonna know every single thing. You gonna know what you need to know. As a friend, as a family member, as a loved one, you're gonna know what you need to know. And if you pay attention, you can pay attention all you want, but you still have to worry about yourself. And in worrying about yourself, I can't be with you or doing what you're doing or worried about what you're doing 24/8. I just can't do it. It's just not possible. It's not realistic. True. And if she knew, and my thing is, if she probably did know something was going on, but she also probably knew that. No, I'm saying as a friend, you can kind of peep when something is going on. But she probably didn't really like this. Just her. So I'm not. It probably ain't nothing that big because it's just her.
No, I'm getting a documentary after the show. They sat down and talked to them. She did not know literally until they began to film the show. To the filming, of the show, like her
Pepper
friend
had a lot of stuff going on too, though, y'all.
But see, and I was about to tell you
a bunch of stuff going on too.
And that's the thing too. It was so much focusing on the business and the stardom and the fame that, and I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say this, that Salt was the nurturer of the friendship. You get what I'm saying to you? She was concerned with everything Pep had going on in her life. And so, she was the nurturing friend. But Pep was absorbing into the fame and all of this that she didn't stop enough to notice
Mm-hmm.
what her friend was going through. You get what I'm saying to you? It was kind of crazy though, y'all. And after the movie went on, they sat down and they talked to them about the movie and stuff like that. And Pep, you know, a lot of things she admitted herself. You get what I'm saying to
Well,
you? Like,
well, look at the circumstance. It was in the 80s, right?
yeah,
A lot in the 80s. I mean, being bulimic was not a community thing. It was mostly like a white thing to have that. That usually
it
heard that
was.
from. It was mostly
No.
like white
But guess what though?
models.
Now,
Hmm.
see, you had one friend that was closed and shut in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Pep that was very open because she told in the beginning she lost her father and it made her start cutting herself. So you got one that's a cutter and one that's bulimic, but I'm open enough to say I cut myself, but you don't trust me enough to let me know that you deal with being bulimic. I told you I cut myself now off the
yeah,
jump.
no, yeah.
I don't.
That was a personal problem with her.
I think that
She
Yeah.
might
talked about.
go a lot with that thing that you was talking about with Ayana Van Zant and she how she had that whole idea of how you had the whole idea of she had to keep a perspective of who she is. You know what I mean? If I'm the nurturing friend and I'm that friend to most of my friends, where
This
I'm the
was
one that
in
they
listen.
call when they're in problem,
No, but this
they're
was
in situations. But I
but
don't feel comfortable enough coming to them at times because I'm supposed to be the one y'all come to. How am I coming to you with my mess or whatever I got going on when you gonna come to me? You know what I mean? Just
but is that living truth? That's like living a for real life. For me to think that I can't pick up my phone and call you to talk to you about a problem that I'm having because I'm so used to you coming to me to talk to a problem, then that means I'm putting myself here. And it ain't supposed to be there. We supposed to be here. You get what I'm saying? No one is supposed to be, you gotta watch it. You get what I'm saying to you because you begin to put yourself here and then you try to live a facade or stay in a role that you really not even created to play. You get what I'm
that's
saying
real.
to you? And now it becomes pressure. You get what I'm saying to you because you're in a space that you really don't even want to be in. You get what I'm saying to you? It's really you wouldn't put yourself there. Ain't nobody put you there but you. You know, because you don't want to live your truth or you're not accepting your truth, and you feel like because everybody call me and talk to me about their problems, I can't let them know that such and such and such or I'm going through or this and that. That shit is not healthy, bro. You get what I'm saying to you? Like,
Let me give y'all an example of something that just recently happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
So me and my best friend Teresa has been best friends for
Ever.
over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
We done had some of the most deepest, intimate conversations. We pray together, we laugh together, we cry together. If I call her and tell her I want to build a house today, she gonna walk up to me with a brick. You hear me?
Right.
Now, it was like last year sometime. Her mother had passed away. And I was sick as hell. I don't know if I had told y'all, like, with the COVID thing, I felt like me and my household had dealt with
right.
it. And I went to the hospital, when she told me her mama passed away. I picked the kids up, we got her stuff on, we got down there about 3:34 in the morning. I sat down there with them for a while, but we had this cough that was really, really bad. So I'm like, man, I don't want to be all coughing around people, and so I, just let me know you need anything, just call me, whatever. Now, the basic thing for people to say when you got a situation going on is call me if you need me. When I say that, because I'm not the nurturing type, I'm not gifted at that. That's not what I am, the tough ass. That's just who I am. So the funeral and everything was going on, and I told her, like, let me know as far as the the food situation, hit me up. I'm there for you with it. Whatever I can help you with, call me, because this is my friend I can call for anything. So of course I want to be here for you. Now during this time, y'all, I was sick as a dog. She said she was calling. I didn't answer the phone. Now this led her to believe like I didn't care, or was I getting her back because she didn't come to my mama's funeral. But she didn't come to my mama's funeral because me and her boyfriend had a debate. So she in her mind thinking, am I getting her back from not being there for me? Now me in my mind is thinking my mama died 12 years ago. Like, if you believe that I'm still your friend after 12 years and would be husband in my mind of when I'm going to get you back for that, damn, what kind of friend do you really take me as? So me being the hard ass Dominique, who everybody feel like don't really have emotions or express myself much, was like, hey, it is what it is. I haven't heard from her. She haven't heard from me. She ain't called me. I ain't called her. I know I ain't did nothing wrong. She know she ain't did nothing wrong. When I see you, I see you. In her mind was, you're my friend. Why haven't I heard from you? But in my mind, I haven't done anything wrong to you. So why would you feel that there's an issue? Needless to say, we end up, I went over there and we were having like a conversation completely off topic. But she started talking, and when she started talking to me, like she started crying. And my reaction to it was I started laughing, but it wasn't laughing like how I'm Xing her feelings out. It was like, damn, she's not understanding. I didn't do this purposely to you, or I wasn't purposely hurting you. I'm sad that you took it that way, but that was not my intent. Now, again, she is the nurturing friend. If I call her and said, Teresa, I got a bad headache, I can't get up out the bed, she gonna go to the gas station, pick up some medicine, stop at the grocery store, grab some soup, see if the kids need. This is who she is. Me, on the other hand, I'm not the. It doesn't. That's not who I am. Like, I don't know how to be a nurturer. Like, I don't know how to cater, and it's just not in me to do it. So it's like, damn, do it make me a bad friend because that's just not in my characteristics, and it is in yours. So then it's like, damn, so do you do the things you do because you want it back in return the same way? Or do you just freely do the things that you do because you just freely doing them? Because you got to understand, you may have a friend, Nika, that will call you and send text messages to you on the regular. You may be a person that only send them periodically. Hey, man, I thought about you. I sent this text message. You may not have time to sit here and text me every morning to see how I'm doing. Your thought process may not be there. So it's like, am I a bad friend? Or you thinking I'm a bad friend or I'm not being there for you? It's just life get busy. Some people are nurturers. Some of us are bullheaded. Some of us are stern. Some of us have real bad emotions. Some don't have any. So it's like, damn, do that count me out as your friend?
That is now that's phenomenal, because that's a great point. Are you doing it to get it reciprocated, or are you doing it just because you genuinely want to do it? And I think a lot of people unknowingly want the reciprocation without knowing that they want it, or they expect it.
I can't do what you want me to do.
That's it.
I can't do what you done. Nika is a beautiful decorator. Okay? Came and decorated my baby shower front to back. I didn't have to call her twice. I told Nika, I said, Nika, I'm having a baby shower. I don't know what to do, cuz. She said, okay, I'm all over that. Nika was calling me to say, hey, Dominique, what's the time I'm gonna be able to get in? What's the time I'm gonna be able to decorate? In my mind, I'm all over the place because I don't do decoration. Never asked me for a dime and just jumped straight into her decorating mode. Came in, whoop, set up everything, put everything in place, and all I had to do was show up. And it was like, did Nika do that because Nika thinking, oh, okay, well, when I have a party, I know Dominique gonna come on. It was just because it was genuinely who Nika is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I would never be able to repay her the way that she did for me because I don't do what she do. So it's like, damn, am I looked at as a bad cousin because my cousin came through for me, no charge? It ain't even rare that you hear a family member will do that for a family member. Like, just out of the blue call, you talking about a baby shower, ain't got no heads up, no nothing. And she just jumped straight into action. And it's like, I can't do that because I don't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you. I'm something like you too. I'll call you, hey girl, you good? Everything great? All right. Just let me know, and I'm gone. I'm on
Yeah.
off to something else. Now, if you stop me and say no, everything ain't good,
Then, baby, I'm about to sit here.
I'm gonna figure something out that we can. Okay, so what can we do? But if you say, oh, everything good, and I done ask you the questions, and you don't raise your mouth, I'm out.
It's hard for me to
I'm
read your
not a
mind.
psychologist.
Yeah.
I'm a honeybee. I keep working. I keep working. You might get a long distance call, but then I have also a friend associate. If I tell her I ain't feeling good, she goes straight to the store. I could just be sick, not nothing big, and she goes straight to the store and get some concoctions and put it on the porch. Hey, girl, I thought about you. And you was sick. I got you some cough medicine, oranges, and stuff like that, and I dropped it off. Me, I'm not like that. I like that what she does, but I want to be like that. You
I
know,
You
do.
can, because y'all just
want
said
to
that
be like
anything
that.
can happen. It's all inside of you. So y'all can. You keep saying I'm not that person or I wasn't designed like that. You can
Yes,
be. It just
I
takes
didn't say I
time.
didn't put a period to it
Yeah.
because it wasn't taught to me like that. I was always get it how you live, get it yourself. So
And it's
there was
crazy.
times for me when if I was sick, I was getting in the car myself, going and get the stuff.
Yep.
And I don't know if it was a pride thing or I don't want to ask nobody for help or I got enough energy to do it myself. So when people going through something, I'm like, you can do it. Girl, it ain't what you think it is. But then you have some people are just nurturing and
You
just
do.
very
You
nurturing.
just have. That's a gift.
I think
But
it is.
but you have to
It's a
be
gift.
able to
That's a
give
Some
that
people
gift.
are
back
just.
to you. Got to get that back to your friends.
It is.
That's a
It
gift.
is.
It's a
You
gift.
got it. It's a gift, but you still
It
got to
is.
learn the gift to give back to your
Cause
friends.
my thing is, I will probably pull up, like she'll call me and be like, "Oh yeah, man, I gotta get the grass cut, man. I'm waiting on my lawn man to come." Oh, I'll pull up over there and I'm gonna hop out with the lawnmower and I'm finna cut your front in your backyard. And my boy's finna get out and we gonna cut your bushes and all that. And I'm gonna go on
That's
about my
love.
business.
That's
But
love.
because I couldn't give it to you the exact same way you gave it to me, don't devalue me as your friend.
That's it.
Because it's gonna
See,
be some friends where
I don't like people like that because I totally get what you're saying because I move one way or because you move one way, don't expect me to move that way. You feel? Because I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I would speak on me being an auntie of multiple, several nieces and nephews, great nieces and nephews and stuff. You feel me? Don't feel no way, cause I got 2 of them over here this week, and I didn't let yours come. I hope next week. You feel me? It don't mean I love no one no different or no less, but I know what I can handle when I can handle.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying to you? That don't mean I don't love not now one of them no different. Because if you call me, you need me, or your child need me, and it's some real shit on the floor, I'm right there.
I'm coming.
But you can't feel no way. You know what I'm saying? Don't do me like that. And it's hard to show equal love all the way around because you can never show equal love because sometimes
a person just don't know how to be there for you.
Yeah,
Like,
because sometimes it's a situation before you have to deal with that situation right then and there. I can't worry about you over there because it's something happening right here. You feel what I'm saying to you? That requires
and with a death of a mother, that's still a real touchy place for me because as even though it's been 12 years, I don't really I can't really deal with the death of a mother thing because it's still a part of me that ain't fully healed. So it's like I'll play the backfield. You hit my line, tell me bring some, or you know what I'm saying? I can be there for that part, but the emotional sit there, hold your hand, hug you and cry.
no.
I
ain't mad at you with that one because it conjures up different type of feelings.
It does. It opens something that
I'm not. I get you because I'm not going to handle death very well either. I can't really go through the rigmarole with you. But okay, you call me if you need something. let's get it done. But that physical there, I can't have it.
No,
Control on
it
my
be too
spirit.
much. It's too much for me. I
Yeah.
don't like
Okay,
it.
yeah.
I don't like being amongst it. And then again, going back to your gift, it's some that are gifted to play the front full role of it all the way through. I'm
Yeah.
just not
Yeah.
it.
Y'all gotta think about it. Some people are into that. Like my mama, she could go to a funeral and
Oh
be
yeah,
in
she's
that
sick.
thing
Oh,
all up
she's sick.
into.
See, she's sick.
She'll
Bossy
do a
get in there.
funeral in a minute.
Bossy get in there.
Like,
She get to turning the caskets, flipping flowers, and I tell her all the time, bitch, I don't got the stomach for this. I can't handle it.
Yeah.
I
My
can't.
friend
do it.
Teresa, she goes and do the hair for
Yeah.
the people. I can't. I'm like, what?
I can't. Sick.
Yeah, I'm not. But she has that nurturing, like everything, and it's not no one person she does it for. This is her personality. This is who she is. Like this is just who she is.
Yeah. Yeah, because people, you know, like and when y'all get a chance, if y'all have cable, whatever, you just go because you can watch it on Lifetime on demand. Just watch it, you know, you will just see like what I'm talking about. Even for Salt to be the nurturer, when she was dealing with so much, to know her nigga was cheating on her and was quiet about it.
man, I think the people that are the
They
ones
accepted
that
it.
are nurturers deal with the most though, honestly, because you don't have that
Y'all
out,
watch that
you know what I
movie.
mean?
How them girls was
I
why they
don't
was
think
out
that they
here
deal with it the
us,
most.
telling us
They
push
handle
it
it
and shoot.
different.
There we go. They handle it.
I think they handle.
it different.
I think the ones that are nurturers handle things so differently that it sometimes get overlooked because of the way they handle it. Me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say how I feel. I'm gonna say when something bothering me. I'm gonna tell you what it is. A nurturer kind of just they so passive, like you know, I ain't gonna. They so humble. They so humble.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you this.
I'm in the
Being
middle.
the one that is a nurturer, I'm a
I'm in the
nurturer.
middle.
I will admit that I am a nurturer. But
Yes, Nika
it's
has that.
blessing.
Nika has nurturing all over her. She
But
does.
y'all know what? It's a blessing, and it can
And
be
a
a
curse.
curse sometimes because hearing so much all the time can put you in.
We can't hear you.
That Nika, you feel me? You gotta tighten up. You gotta put them feelings in your pocket in the situation to let your feelings out. You get what I'm saying to you? Because sometimes I feel like people walk all over me. You feel what I'm saying to you? Because I care too much.
Same.
I care too much. I can be a straight damn dog. My feelings open up immediately right here. I'm ready to jump in, help and feed and give and do. Yeah, I think a gift and a curse, but I thank God
You know what?
for it.
Leo tell me all the time, you're not gonna say nothing, so you just not gonna say nothing. I be
Oh
like,
yeah,
it's all right.
I have a
Oh,
problem.
Okay. You just need to say something. You don't never stand up for yourself. I be like, it's fine. Chill. Like,
You know what? I won't let nobody in the streets run over me.
The people I love.
But people I love, I
yeah.
let them do so much sometimes.
Not the
And
flow with
that's
me.
where the trust issue
what you say?
come at, because you figure the person that's supposed
Yeah.
to love you the most.
It's the one to me. Yeah.
So that's
these-
where your
that-
trust
that-
issue come in at.
These
Because you
people we
looking
call
like,
family, they mop the flow with me.
yeah,
And to
yeah.
pick me up, ring me out, and set me to the side. And when they need me,
But you know what?
back
I'm
That's
a
why
mop
they-
again.
But you know what? That's why they call family. That's why they
I
call
be
family. You get your first lesson from your family.
these family don't stand a chance with me, baby. I have zero tolerance out there. I will cut you up, and you may be my blessing in the person that's gonna get me to where I gotta go. But
Yeah.
I ain't got time for you, cause these.
Yeah, I ain't got time for bull crap. I'm not gonna let you run over me. I don't have no tolerance.
You made a
I'm not
great
out
point
here. I'm not out here like I'm big and I'm like,
about
no, but I'm a woman of principle.
Yeah.
I'm a woman of policies. I'm a woman of just you should know better when you're dealing with me, because when you deal with me, I'm giving you 100% me. This is me. I ain't never changed. It's always been me. Everybody know me. I'm passionate
You
about
know
this
what?
thing.
I just
I'm,
start getting.
yeah, I'm passionate about friendship. I'm
Yeah.
very passionate about that thing, because it's hard to find a friend.
It
Yeah.
is.
It is so hard to find a friend that you can really relate to. And just because you've been my friend for 20, 30 some years, there's some things I still have not told a friend. And I might
Yeah.
just take it to my
I
grave.
I don't. I
That don't
listen.
mean I
My
don't love
friends
you.
from back in the day, though,
Yeah.
I don't. They're not people that I like talk to a lot, and it's not because I feel better than them. It's not because I don't want to talk to them, but it just be I'm just not where I was. So it's a lot of things we don't even have in common anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah, we still talk, we still chop it up every now and then. I still check on them. Shoot, they still check on me, but it's just no desire
It's
for it to
called
do the
growth.
things that they're doing or that they're still doing. And sometimes I feel bad because, or even I'll be feeling like they be like, when I am like, come on, y'all, like, let's go. Let's like, come on, I'm kid free. Let's dangle or something. Like they be like, no, thank you. Like you gonna spoil or sour the party. So when it
You
comes,
just got to get around your crowd, your own crowd.
yeah,
That's
which I'm
it.
still trying to find because I need to be around, first of all, women that have the same mindset as me when it comes to God and understand that we can have fun without
Oh,
doing
sugar.
a bunch of other things. You know what I'm saying?
What's
That
your
we don't have no business doing.
what's your
And then I
alter
need
ego? What's
mama
your alter
friends.
ego name?
What's my who?
What's your alter ego name?
I ain't got no alter ego, but my
You gotta
savage is
create
Binky.
one.
It's Bink. Bink is her name, but
Binky. So
Bink,
Binky
not
means her
Binky, Bink.
time to be
Got a
Binky.
Bink.
That's okay. It's gonna come. Right now, you're in the battlefield with your children. You are developing them right now. So that time right there is needed. Don't worry about that. You getting some order with your kids, which is something you just have to put on pause. You haven't lost yourself.
Oh no.
Binky is your alter ego, and when Binky goes out, Binky gonna put on a freaking dress with her man, with her husband,
And
and
do
they
her
gonna go out and do their thing.
Bink
And
gonna be out here.
separate from being a mother.
Yeah, it is.
That's where you have to create Binky. I'm sorry, I've done this. I've always had my alter ego. Her name was Tony.
Oh Lord.
And me and Tony, that's my girl. She took handle business for me. I thank her for it. Like everybody got an alter ego. So anyway, get back on track. Binky just wants to be Binky right now. I get it because you a woman, honey. When I feel like being a married woman, I feel like I want to keep my sex appeal. I tell my husband like, yo, I need to dress up. I need to put on some sexy clothes. I need to do that because I'm a woman. Let's go. I need to go out. I wanna feel like the princess that I know I am.
Yeah.
And you have to speak it out your mouth, because sometimes the men, they don't know what you want unless you put your voice.
Yeah.
You have to let him respect the woman that you are. Never bury the woman. The woman has power. The woman is great. She is the center of the universe. She births. She has living. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
I love being a woman. I love being developed and growing. I'm still growing to the woman. I'm loving my decades. I'm treating my time very valuable. My time means when I used to run, when I used to do me, I never wore a watch. Why? I was living my life the way I wanted to. It was my time. I didn't care about no time. And now, if it was for the money, I knew I had to be there at a certain time to get it. But but time never ruled me until I got older. Now time is value.
It is.
I done went through all the bumps. I done went through all the process. I traveled the world from the 70s all the way to 2020. Come on now, we time travelers. Get out of here.
That's definitely true.
Every day should be, even if it's your worst day, you got to trust yourself to find the good and the bad.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
so yo, time is a value for me, and I'm loving it. And every day I wake up, I be like, "Thank you, God, for waking me up. Thank
Yes.
you." You know what we doing today? You know, God, I know I got these bills, but I ain't never missed a beat. I ain't gonna worry on that. That's on you, Lord. Give me imagination so I can make it, so I can produce something.
Mhm. Definitely.
Mhm.
Y'all, it's deeper, and trust is a hard thing. I know, but that's why God's so gangster. He always said, trust. Didn't I tell you to trust me first?
Okay.
He said, hey, you think that word is just in there? Just
Trust in
like
me with all your
your
heart and lean
heart.
not to your own
And that's
understanding.
That's
always
it.
been. And
That's
when
my
you look, see, some people read that word, they read that certain scripture, and it depends on the frequency of your mind.
Mhm.
There's an underneath covering under that scripture. He said, trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Now, all thy heart means blindly. You have to trust him blindly. And if you thinking about the God, so your way you think about God might be different than the way I think about him.
Mhm.
Some people might think of him in a storybook way, but I think of him as the mastermind of the atom and the molecules. The one that we are made of molecules and atoms and things like that. I think of him of like the universe, that he created the universe. How deep is your God? So the way you think about him is the way how much trust you're gonna give him. Right?
Mhm.
So trust in the Lord with all our heart. Then he tells you to do something like this. Come on, God. He tells you to lean. Don't even go into your own understanding because you ain't smart enough. You
Don't
don't know
even.
everything. He
Don't
said you
even.
think you know everything, but you ain't got on a certain frequency of my level to understand who I am. He
And
said,
what
because
I'm doing.
he said,
Mm.
where is your frequency at? He said, in order for you to get in tune with me, you gotta change your frequency. And that's a proven fact. Anytime that you cry out to God, anytime that you're worshiping him, you're changing the frequency to get to him. You can't be on the same level and trusting on the same. You gotta go in there blindly. Lean not into your own understanding because you're not gonna understand what I'm doing. My shirt says God has a plan and I have a purpose. The plan might not make sense. It's not sometimes not there to make sense to you because you ain't on that level.
Mhm.
But I guarantee it has a purpose, and you must play your part on this earth as a purpose. So,
Definitely.
that's why I said he said, trust in the Lord with all our heart, lean not to thy own understanding.
yeah. I think that's the first thing of breaking your trust is trusting in God.
You got to
Yeah.
lean on
And
him.
it's so hard.
Don't
That is
lean.
the hardest to me.
Why is it so
Spiritually, that is
hard?
the hardest thing ever. Especially as being a mom, because in your mind, I can just imagine a man, because in their mind, I gotta worry about my wife and my kids, my family as a whole. How can you just tell me to do something and I don't know where it's gonna leave them?
That's
So
it. That's it.
as a mom, I'd be like, yo, Godfrey, what are you doing?
See,
Just give me a snippet. Can I see something? Can I
some
That's
just
because
people,
that's when you gotta activate your faith.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That mean
saying.
I
The
got to
first time,
start believing things that I can't even see. And how do I believe things that I can't see? Because here it is, I have these children. Where did they come from? Who gave them
you.
to where now I think I gotta protect them?
That's it. Oh, that's it right there, dog.
Here it is, this husband that I feel like I gotta protect. Who gave me this husband?
That's it. That's
I
it
ain't gonna
right
give
there.
you nothing I ain't gonna take care of.
That's it.
Right.
See, we get our roles reversed because we start thinking that we gotta start stepping in and taking over. Gotta take the wheel
That's
for us
it.
and he drive it.
You
And
just
we be
gave my
like, yeah, God,
revelation.
pass
Thank
me the
you.
wheel now because I'm familiar with this neighborhood. Well,
Yeah.
no, you need God to keep that wheel at all times. Because
Mm.
there's some things and some
yeah.
places that our husbands, our kids, our family, our people
Mm.
that we love is going that we can't be there. But guess who can be there? God, I got to
Mm.
send my prayers out with my whole family, with my friendships, in these relationships and people that I deal with. Because God, I need you to be in this. Because I'm over here at 10,000 Braille.
Hey,
Now,
I need you
and
over
that's
here
the
hey,
on
truth. Because you know
Livernois
what?
in my
God
girl.
traffic
did
jam.
not, God did not, listen, my dude did not get himself together until I released my hands off of him and quit thinking that I could fix him or make him better or I had what he need to change his life to move him forward. The moment I said the hell with you and slammed that door, boom, I snatched him up just like that.
You
And
allow
when I
God to
say
say,
just like
now
that,
I
I
can
mean
work.
within hours, snatched him up just like that and pulled together and was right on together. You hear me? The moment
When
I
God
took
say, now I can work. I can't work. That's just like us trying to clean up the house and the kids keep running through it.
it,
How I can work and you in my way?
yeah, you gotta stop and let them do what they gonna do and let them go take stuff out. Then when they finish, you get on up and do what you gotta do. Because
Y'all,
all
this
you gonna do
this
is keep
this was
bumping into
good
them.
tonight with the
Yeah,
trust thing because I'm thinking trust relating to me trusting and people trusting me, but this was bigger than that. This was trusting in God. That's what this
yeah,
trust conversation was about because when men fail you, when women fail you, when friendships fail you, when life feel like it has failed you, God ain't.
God
God
ain't.
ain't.
No, and then that's what it's scary. It is so scary. Man, it is really scary to trust God. I ain't gonna lie, dude.
Yeah,
It
It's
is.
like
It's
walking
hard.
on a tightrope. It's like walking on water when Peter was walking on the metaphor of him
It's like
walking on.
closing your eyes and going to a busy
oh,
Yo,
street.
I've done it so many times though. But I'm a witness. I'm a truly witness. Even when the fire, I'm like, dude, is you coming? What are you doing? I need your help.
So I say this
Man,
all
what
the
like,
time.
dude? And then he be like, be calm. That's where your faith is levels at. That's when
Yeah.
the metaphor of Peter walking on water is also the metaphor in your life.
Yeah.
Can you walk on water and trust him and keep your eye on him? He
Yeah.
did tell Peter, you take your eye off of me while you walking on this water
You
and
going
you're going
forward.
to sink. Same metaphor for your life.
Yeah.
If you take your eye, when you own that, when you're man, come on, man. That's where you reach another level of
Level. Yeah.
frequency
That's
with
it.
God.
That's
I'm
it.
just saying, it's beautiful. Man, see, my passion for him goes also with just being a nerd. I love just understanding physics and how that works and understanding the anatomy of the body. It all goes in together. When you start mixing all that together, you begin to understand who he really is. When you understand how a seed, just a small seed, my God, he says, all I need is a small mustard seed.
Mustard.
Man, do you understand? I had a mustard seed planted in my
That
hand
thing is
one
so
day.
tiny.
That thing is so little.
It's so
But
tiny.
if you just trust him by
Just that
putting
much.
the seed in the faith soil, and then you begin to worship and pray and believe and trust, that's your watering to the seed. And you're trusting it, and God gives it the nutrients, and he begins to give it the everything. So this little seed births the biggest tree because you believe with a little bit. He said, all I need is a little bit of your trust.
Mm-hmm.
He said,
Yeah.
I'll work it out. He said, when in your mind, it's in your conscious mind
Yeah.
when you believe and
Yeah.
trust him. It's a conscious thing.
And only thing you got to remember is if he did it before, he can do it again. How
Yeah,
many
do it
times
again.
have we been in a
How
bad
many
place
times have we thought the end was the end and it
and
wasn't
he
the
hit you
end?
with something and then you be like, oh, snap. Like, dang, he got me. You know what I mean? Thank you, God, you got me. And then you get back into it where you
Man,
like, oh, man, I don't know. And it's like, why are you even doubting it? If he did it before, he'll do it again. I like
he'll
it
do it again.
because
He said,
same
abundance is
God
all
right
around you.
now,
He
same
said,
God back
abundance is
then.
all
Because he
around
the
you.
same.
He said,
He
He can
ain't
abundance is
raise the
all
changed
dead.
around
none
He can heal
whatsoever.
the sick. He can stop the blood from flowing. If he can do that for all of these folks, why can't he do miracles and signs and wonders for us right now? Why? Because back then they saw, so they trust was activated a little bit more because they saw the action. Right now we ain't really seeing the miracles for real, because ain't nobody putting forth the effort to really walk into it for real. Ain't nobody
Guys,
really walking into their full blown purpose for real, for
Cause
us
you
to be
know
able to
what it
see the
is?
things that
Cause y'all know what? We talk faith. We don't walk.
that's it.
We don't act.
We'll
Talk.
talk it all day long.
There you
yeah.
act.
But when it's time to walk it, we won't walk it.
Act.
And that's what that's what stagnated
What
out
is action, y'all? Action is
there.
energy. He
Yeah.
said, I've given you everything. He said, it's you that have to step forth into it. He said, abundance is over. He said, you could change this with just basically just by speaking it over your life, prophesizing
Speak it over your life.
speak over
Yeah.
your own life.
Claiming that thing. I
Claim
told
that
y'all
thing and you can hold on
2021,
to it.
I'm not claiming nothing but greatness.
That's
Greatness.
it.
That's it.
And
That's
that's
it.
it.
Yeah.
That's
That's
it.
it. And
Cause
you
You
want
gotta
greatness. Okay, you want greatness, right? Then he
yeah.
says to me, study people that have greatness. He said,
That's it.
follow them. He said, I've set a path of a trailblazer of pioneers have developed the purpose of greatness. He said, greatness is a fragrance.
Okay. Yeah.
He said sometimes in order for me to make a diamond, he said I have to take a piece of coal and press it. He said I have to press it and to make that stone. He said in order for me to make gold, he said I have to put it in the fire. That's our lives. So trust, just trust him. When he said trust him, he said trust me with all thy heart. He said just trust me. He said, trust me like the Shadrach, and Abednego. He said, just trust me. He said, you ain't never tried. He said, just trust me. He said, you trust me just like you trust the men out here in this world. Men is men all. He said, but trust me more. He said, put your faith in me. He said, close your eyes. He said, and just understand that I am God. He told, and this is how I tell you about your conscience. In the Bible, he said there was a scripture when he told the young gentleman to go over and look over into the valley and tell me what you see. This is why I said people are gonna have to change the way they think. Because it's all in the conscience of your mind. And he said that man went over there and looked over the valley, and all he saw was stone, brick. He saw dry valley. He came back. He said, "Man, all I see is dead trees, stones, bricks. It don't look like nothing down there." He said, "No. He said, "Go back there and tell me what you see." He said, "No, you got to go back there and tell me what you see." He goes back over there. He looks down there, and he still sees nothing. Then he goes back. He said, "Man," he said, "I need you to go back down there and tell me what you see." Now vision is coming in. Vision. God needs your vision. He needs your imagination to make some things happen. Some of us are so cloudy. We are so distracted that he can't move in you. We are given our time. Time is bad. That's why I said God can't tell me time is valuable now.
But you know what it is, though?
Mm-hmm.
We are distracted by so many things and so many people, and we're not even aware. It be the main thing that we love, or the main one we love.
I got something for that.
Biggest distraction. You feel what I'm saying?
I got something for that, honey. I got something for that. So I got something for that one. So when he went back down there the third time, he said, "I see a valley." He said, "I see land of milk and honey." He said, it was still looking like the valley.
Right.
It was still dry. But his vision came in. And he began to see things. He began to see for what it could be, what it could be.
Yeah.
That's when you get buying them flip houses. An investor, he has the best vision ever. An investor says something, it might look like trash to you, but it's certainly a treasure to him.
Yeah.
That's called vision. God needs us to activate our vision. And how do we activate our vision? We have to get rid of the things that distract us. How do we identify distraction? It's that thing called a God that was plugged up in your wall. It's called a TV. That can be considered an idol. This is 2021. Social media can be a God. It can be an idol God.
Mhm.
Where are we putting our time? Sleeping can be an idol God.
Mhm.
So that's why he's saying, I need some time to work with you if you want me to move, but you're giving your time and distraction to something else.
You know, because you know
That's
discipline though. It got to be discipline. You know, I think when you get down to the core of all these topics that we have in everything that we speak about, I think a lot of it is trusting God and bringing some discipline into your life. You know what I'm saying? You know, we can't look for others to set, you know what I'm saying, to set that mark in our life. We got to start setting some marks in our own life. You know what I'm saying? Then put some disciplinary on ourselves, because if we don't, we will be so much all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And I am so learning that. I am learning that every day. I pray and ask God to help me in that area. You know what I'm saying? With disciplining myself on time,
yeah.
especially on time. Because I say in a minute, oh, I'm tired of doing all this yesterday, the day before yesterday. I can take today. But no, you really can't just take today, Nika, because you still got to do something today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta work on that. I got to work on that. I got to work.
Definitely.
And I think tonight's conversation was a very good conversation. I know we've been on here for 2 hours and 11 minutes. I know this time get to tripping after 2 hours. So I think it was a good topic. I think trust issue was a great topic for us back into us trusting God. You know, putting him first and let him lead you. And
Definitely.
you know, because if you trust God and you let him lead you, right back with him, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. You know, that's my lip for tonight. What's your lip demo for tonight?
I would say mine is just trusting and understanding and letting God lead the way. Putting him in everything that you do, let it be big or small, and he'll make it great. You just gotta trust and believe in him. Relationships, friendships, family, mothering, you know, whatever the case may be, your job, you gotta put God in the middle of it. And when God is in it, you will be all right.
I like that. That make me a shirt. With God in it, you win it, baby.
You
Okay.
hear me?
All right. What's your lip for tonight, T, to the people? She froze. Oh, now you gonna get froze at the end, right? Well, God bless y'all. We love y'all. We want to also thank all the ladies that's been taking the 21-day challenge with us. It's been very interesting. It has definitely made me stop and think about a couple things.
Yes.
Before I get typing in responding to the challenge, I have to step back and think about some things. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I think it's doing a good job, because it's definitely a good self-reflect, you know. And sometimes self-reflecting is challenging, but I think it's good overall. So I commend you for doing the challenge with us, you know, because like you say, some days you ain't feeling it. So for you to stick to it and do it and post it and share it, God bless you, because hey, it is a challenge.
Definitely.
Yep. So we're gonna keep it going, because we ain't got that many more days left. I think we almost at the half mark, right?
Almost. We a little over the half. We're a little over the half. I think we on day 13, day 14.
Okay. Oh yeah, we doing it then. So y'all keep looking forward to look
And
forward.
it is gonna be an awesome gift at the end. So make sure
Okay.
you know.
Okay. She said she got an awesome gift. Awesome. So y'all keep joining and keep participating. And I be watching who I love participating is. I know the top two.
I have been seeing them too.
Yeah, the top two. I've been watching them. Like, okay, they following it, but it's a good thing. I'm really enjoying it. So
It is.
for that download. That was a great extra additive.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, Vicky said 31-day challenge, 24-hour challenges. Yeah. Yeah. I got to go back and write my poem to myself. Nope.
Oh, it's the one tomorrow. Y'all gonna be
Okay.
yes.
I'm looking forward to it. And we looking forward to y'all to keep joining us. And I don't know, we gonna think of something real slick and clever for February to do. I really want to do the paint thing.
That would be cool. Cause remember I told you Therese do the canvas pictures. We would just have to let her know
Okay.
how many and the time frame to get them done. But she do them. I actually send you a couple of pictures of them when we get off the phone, of the ones that she got on her page. Or if you just go on her page, she got a lot of them. She be doing a lot of them, like so.
Okay.
If we do that, that'd be cool. I'm with it.
Yeah, paint with a purpose. That's kind of what I want us to do. And then I had the young ladies, our guests come on out. They be our guests. And if you want to bless them with, what I'm saying, just have it don't got to be 25, 30 of us. You feel what I'm saying to you? A nice intimate setting and just have us a good time. So
Definitely.
we're gonna put that together.
Cool.
Okay.
I love you guys. Love you guys.
All right. Love you too. Y'all see y'all next Wednesday. And the challenge should be up tomorrow morning now. Y'all take that challenge. Love y'all. See you later.
Okay.
Pinky, while you hopped in the comments. Bye.